Yo, what's up guys? So today I'm teaching you 5 forces out of 100. Yeah, I know it sounds crazy. 100 card forces. How is that even possible? Well, it is. And today you're learning 5 of them, and I've already taught 45 of them. If you want to catch up and learn all these, I'll leave a link down below. But let's get into it. Alright, so as per usual with these videos, the force card will always be the Ace of Spades for all of these demonstrations, alright? So the first one I'll teach you comes from a guy named Lewis Jones, and I won't tell you the name of the force quite yet because the name might give away the method, alright? So what we can do is we can have a shuffled deck, and we ask the participant, we're just going to eliminate some cards, alright? So we can start with either the top half or the bottom half. Which one do you want to eliminate? And maybe they say the top half, alright? So we get rid of the top half, and we can give it some shuffles like this if we want to. And this time maybe they say the bottom half, alright? So bottom half goes there. Again, we can just shuffle the deck, and this time there's only a few cards left. So just eliminate some cards from the middle. Just take a group out from the middle, a big chunk, alright? So they do that and put those there. Now we can just keep eliminating cards from the middle like this until there's only a few cards left, alright? So maybe those go there. We can just keep doing that until there's only a few cards left, alright? So just like this. Now there's only 2 cards left after all that. So do me a favor and just touch one. Maybe they touch this one here. So after all that, I'm gonna eliminate that Ace of Clubs. After all that, the one they chose to keep after all the elimination is the Ace of Spades. Alright, so the force card is on the bottom of the deck, and by the way, this force is called the Elimination Glide, and normally you would do it, you just do a glide, alright, hence the name, and the glide, as we know, is just doing this, a standard glide procedure, taking either the top half, which is normal, or the bottom half, like this, just keeping that card there with the glide. Now that's good, but I never liked this position, but that does work, and you can do it for, if you want to, but just keep in mind that it works the same way if you do it in an overhand shuffle position, alright? So all you do there is just perform a slip shuffle like this, keeping that Ace of Spades on the bottom when you take away the top half, alright? Just like this. Just a normal slip shuffle action like this, again in slow motion. You're like this, your fingers are pressed against the bottom card, removing the bottom half of the deck like this, keeping the Ace of Spades there with your fingers and just shuffling it normally. That's the slip shuffle. Now for the Elimination Glide force, just like the regular glide, I think it's much more casual if you do it like this, alright? So you can just shuffle the deck, slip shuffle, keeping that card on the bottom, and you say the top half or the bottom half. If they say top, just do it as if you would a normal shuffle and just take away the top half like this, like a chopping action for the shuffle. If they say bottom half, do the slip shuffle, taking away the bottom half, so the card stays there. All right, so either top half or bottom half they name, the card's always on the bottom. All right, so let's say they say top first, all right? So you just take away the top half and put them face up on the table. And you can do another slip shuffle if you want to. Not necessary though, but if you find that helps, then go for it. All right, so again, they say top or bottom. If they say bottom, take away the bottom half. Now you can keep going like this until there's only like a few cards left, but I like to mix it up. I then say, just eliminate some cards from the middle, just take out a big chunk, and so they do. They take out a big chunk of cards, and of course that bottom card stays there the whole time, and they put those there. Now at this point, I like to use Simon Aaronson's Bluff Oracle, and what that is, you just do reverse pharaohs, all the while keeping the bottom card where it is. So if you notice that your bottom card is one of the ones being outjogged, take away the cards that are towards you. In other words, every time you do the reverse pharaoh, you're just going to take away the cards that are not the bottom card, all right? So if we were like this, let's say we were like this, and you see that your bottom card is towards you, so you take away the cards that are outjogged, all right? So on the other hand, if you do the reverse pharaoh and you notice that the bottom card is towards them, you take away the cards that are towards you, all right? So you keep doing that until there's only a couple cards left, all right? I can see the bottom card is towards them, so I'll take away these cards, all right? So after all that, there's 2 cards left, and you say, look, just touch one, and whichever one they touch, you either put it there or give it to them, all right? So if they touch the non-force card, you say, all right, we'll just get rid of that one as well. And it makes sense because you're all the while eliminating cards, so the one they touch is the one that will be eliminated, all right? So on the other hand, if they touch this one, it's the one they touch, so it's the one they keep as our selection, all right? So just touch one. All right, so go ahead and keep that card, and we can eliminate that one, all right? So really, this little thing is really 3 forces in one, all right? So you got the Elimination Glide procedure, and you got the Bluff Oracle, and you have a Magician's Choice. So a lot of things going on at once, and it's going to be impossible to follow, and so the outcome will seem very impossible when you reveal the Ace of Spades, however you want to reveal it. Alright, so this next one is a force of 2 cards, so I'll be using the Ace of Spades and the Ace of Clubs to force the card. Alright, so for this one, we can just hand the deck to the spectator and have them give them some mixes, alright? So they can, we just tell them to take some cards off the top and put them face up on the table. And I keep doing that, alright? So give the rest a mix and keep mixing and putting cards face up on the table, alright? So I'm going to try to make some predictions like this. You say whatever you want to do, alright? So they just keep mixing cards like this, mixing and putting them face up, alright? So now we'll just have them say stop anytime as we do this. Maybe stop right there. And even though they mix the cards, they said stop anytime. The 2 cards that we arrived at is the 2 black aces. Alright, so this is just a slip shuffle force, alright? The slip shuffle can be used for a lot of things, as you could as you learned in the previous force, alright? So again, we have the 2 force cards on top that we want to force, and you can start out by using that shuffle. It's a Benjamin Earl idea. It's called the spectator holdout shuffle or force. I forgot what it's called. It doesn't matter, alright? So what you're going to do is you have your 2 force cards on top, and you give the deck to them, and you ask them to, we're just going to give the deck a little mix, alright? So what I want you to do is take a little bit of cards at the top and just put them face up on the table, and so they do that. And you say, keep doing that, go ahead and mix the deck up again. But they never mix the deck, alright? So you don't want to abruptly stop them and say, look, now shuffle the deck. You want to say, alright, just keep going and shuffle the deck again, as if they already did, but they really didn't. Because sometimes spectators can be like, well, I didn't shuffle those, why am I shuffling these now? So a good way to, just say that is, so go ahead and keep going and shuffle those again, which is it flows very nicely, alright? So they do that, put some more there, shuffle again, put some more there, and they keep doing this. And they really are mixing the deck in this way, but those 2 top cards are staying intact where you need them to be, which are boom, boom, right there. That's totally optional. You don't have to do it that way. You can start with them already on top and you can go right into it. But what you do now is, since the deck is already face up, you can go right into a face up slip shuffle, alright? So you pick the deck up. Now you say, look, as I do this, just say stop anytime, alright? So maybe they say stop right there. So since it's a slip shuffle, what's happening is you have 2 force cards on top of both piles and you put them down face down. So how does that work? It works like this. So you start the slip shuffle like this, right? Keep in mind these are on top as you do that. So you're slipping one there, and it doesn't matter how much you shuffle. Those 2 cards, those 2 aces, stay right there as you're doing that. So it doesn't matter where they say stop. So once they do, you just turn both packets face down, and there they are. And I hope you like that, because I sure do. Alright, so this next one is just called a Locator force, and it wouldn't be very fun if I just showed you the force and that was it, because I think with all these forces there has to be a trick to it, alright? So what I'm going to do is demonstrate a trick you can do with this Locator force, and then I'll teach it to you, alright? So what we can do is we can have the participant get the deck sort of a total randomizer mix, alright? So they take the deck and you ask them just to take a group of cards off the top and put them face down on the table, alright? So keep doing that. Mix the deck some more like this and put some more face down on top of those. They keep going like this, shuffling and putting cards down like this until there's no cards left, alright? So after they do all that, they can actually cut the deck too if they want to, alright? So they cut the deck like this. Now you have to admit there's no way anybody can know where any cards are in the deck, alright? So what I'm going to do is take out one card. In fact, I'll take out the Joker, alright? So we can just spread through and take out the Joker here. And in a minute, we're going to take the Joker and you're just going to toss it face down into the deck anytime you'd like, alright? So as I drop cards, you just throw the Joker in anytime, alright? So like this, maybe they put it right there is fine, alright? So in fact, go ahead and get the deck a few cuts, just so maybe if you think I made you put it there. You can maybe give the deck some cuts so the Joker sort of moves around even more, all right? So cut a few cards over here, cut about half of those over there, and we just complete the cut like this, all right? So look how random that is. You mix the deck, and then you took the Joker, put it anywhere, even further distributed the Joker somewhere in the deck, and nobody could possibly know where that Joker is right now. Especially I don't, all right? So in the beginning, you remember I put a little card there right here, and in fact I wrote a prediction on it, and in fact I said the Joker will be next to the Ace of Spades. Now there was no way I could possibly know that unless I had sort of psychic abilities, alright? So let's see if I do, alright? So we can just go through and look for where you put that Joker. Let's see, the Joker. And if we find the Joker and the next card, the Joker will be next to the Ace of Spades. I haven't seen the Ace of Spades yet, have you? No, we'll keep going like this. Ace of Spades hasn't shown up yet. It would be pretty cool. Either the Ace of Spades is not on this deck, or that actually is the Ace of Spades. Let's take a look. Of course, it's the Ace of Spades. Alright, so that's sort of like an open prediction you can do with this locator force, but there's so many things you can do with it, alright? So if you want to do it how I did, just write your prediction. The Joker will be next to the Ace of Spades, and just keep that hidden face down so nobody can read it prematurely, alright? So next what you want to do is have the Ace of Spades on top, and the Joker on top of that, and any random card on top of that, alright? So from the top down, you have any random card, the Joker, and the Force card, alright? So those are 3 cards out on top, and you're ready to rock and roll. Next, you can actually hand the deck to the spectator and have them shuffle the deck in this way. It's sort of the same thing as previous, but this time you're going to have them spread a few cards off the top face down, and plot them face down on the table, and say, go ahead and keep doing that. Mix the deck some more like this, and keep putting cards face down into a pile until there's no cards left. And this really does mix the deck in a way that nobody could possibly know where any cards are. This is all true, of course, except for that bottom group of cards. So next, just have them square the deck and have them give it a straight cut, alright? So what this cut does is centralizes that Ace of Spades set up somewhere in the middle of the deck, alright? So that's what you want, alright? So now you say, look, I'll take a card out, and in fact, I'll take the Joker out, alright? So you spread through and you find where the Joker is, and once you get to it, you want to cut the Joker plus that random card to the top of the deck, alright? So what you want to do is the faces are towards you, obviously, alright? So when you cut the deck to the top, you want to make sure that setup goes on top of the deck. And now when you turn the deck over, you do a double lift to show the Joker, alright? So that is perfectly natural and justified, alright? So you spread through the deck, cut it, and say, look, we'll use the Joker like this and just do a double lift. And make sure your doubles are look better than that. So I do the double lift. We'll use the Joker like this, alright? So what I'm going to do is drop cards like this, and you'll just take the Joker and throw it into the deck anywhere you want. Of course, this is not the Joker. This is that random card, alright? So the top card is actually the Joker, and under that is the Ace of Spades, alright? So it doesn't matter where they put it, because they think this is the Joker, so it doesn't matter what happens now, alright? So you do the dribble. So as I drop cards, just toss it at any time. Alright, so I do that, maybe right there, alright? So now I say, look, I could have possibly seen a card, seen the card that you toss that Joker next to, but I don't want to see anything, alright? So just mix it up even more like this, so you give it a few cuts. Now, this triple cut is actually a semi-false cut, and what I mean by that, it looks like you cut the deck 3 times, but really it's just one single cut, alright? So the way you do that is you have them cut about a quarter of the deck, or maybe a third, over to here, like this. Now have them cut about half of these over to here, alright? So you want to emphasize this, half of these over to here, and do a little demonstration like this so they can follow along, alright? So you say half of these over to here, so they do that. Now if you just assemble them, boom, 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 like this, it's just one straight cut. It's very deceptive and very effective for stack work, alright? So if you have a memorized stack, or if you have size stubbins, this little spectator cut procedure is very effective, alright? So in any case, now the Joker will actually be next to the Ace of Spades in the deck, and they think they threw the Joker in, so when it is actually next to the Ace of Spades, it's a real shocker. And the cool thing about this cut is that it actually brings the Joker and the Ace of Spades near the top of the deck, so you don't have to deal forever, all right? So at this point, after they cut, show them your prediction. The Joker will be next to the Ace of Spades. Only one way to find out. Let's see if I have real psychic abilities today. Let's just go through the deck and find where the Joker is. As soon as you get to it, the card next to the Joker, put it right there. I haven't seen the Ace of Spades yet, have you? That's pretty usually your open prediction pattern. So I haven't seen the Ace of Spades yet, so either it's not even in this deck, or that actually is the Ace of Spades. Alright, so you just show it like this. And of course, it is the Ace of Spades. And that is the Locator, just a Locator force. And, with any kind of force like this, you can really dress it up and come up with something really seemingly impossible with it, alright? So, there you go. So this next one, it's just great, alright? So what we do is we have a shuffled deck, and here's what the force looks like, alright? So we can just start shuffling cards onto the table like this, and they can say stop anytime, maybe right here. Alright, so at this point, we just ask them top or bottom. Maybe they say bottom. Alright, so we just give them this, and you say, there may have been, I may have been able to see the bottom card, alright? So just so I can't see it and just so it's completely random, I'll turn away and just take away the bottom card and look at the new bottom card there. Alright, so take a look at that. And they assemble the deck, and they can even give it a shuffle. And of course, you saw that it was the Ace of Spades, the force card. So this is actually a Paul Vigil idea, and it's just great. All right, so the force card starts out second from bottom, and you can get it there by doing a overhand shuffler, right? So in this case, a random card will be on top of the Ace of Spades on top of the deck there, and you can just run 1-2 singles like this and just shuffle off normally. That way there'll be the random card plus the Ace of Spades are on the bottom. Optional, you can just start out this way if you want to. Now you will just do strip cuts similar to like a Hindu shuffle onto the table like this, so taking small packets off the top like this. As you're doing that, just ask them to say stop. And now once they do that, once they say stop, you just say top or bottom. Now if they say bottom, you say, look, I want you to look at the bottom card, blah blah blah. If they say top, alright, say, alright, take the top half and look at the bottom card. In fact, I may have seen that bottom card, so just so it's completely random and I can't see it, remove the bottom card and look at the new bottom card that you have. Boom. So the reason why this is so great is because they think they have a free choice, all right, which they don't. It's just a magician's choice, all right? So if they say top half, say perfect, take the top half. If they say bottom, perfect, take this and look at the bottom card, all right? So again, if they say bottom, it's bottom card. If they say top, it's top half. All right, so that's a really nice way to to word things and to offer them a free decision. Now, if they say top, a good touch also to use is say, look, take the top half and I'll take the bottom half. All right, so it makes even more logical sense, what you're doing. All right, so they say top, perfect, take the top half. I'll take the bottom half, and at this point you can actually demonstrate the burning of the card, all right? So I may have seen the card on the bottom half of your deck there, all right? So just so nobody can know what the card is, I'll turn away. And what I want you to do is just burn the bottom card, put it somewhere in the middle like this, and look at your new bottom card. So by way of demonstration, and also by way of making it more logical, you can't get any better than that, all right? So I'll take the bottom half, blah blah blah. How perfect is that? Thank you, Paul Vigil, for that good ideal. So this one, again, forces 2 cards, alright, so that can be shuffled. And what we'll do is we'll just have 2 cards here, like the aces, and you give the deck to the spectator. You can have them start dealing cards like this face down to a pile, and you ask them, as they're dealing, just stop whenever you feel the time is right, alright, when you feel like you have enough cards. And they can really stop any time. The deck is in their hand, they can stop any time. Now once they do, you ask them to take one of those aces and put it on top of their pile, and put the rest of the deck on top, and then they pick it up again, or if there's another person, they can pick it up and do it. All right. So again, they start dealing it. They can stop anywhere they want. All right. So they put again the ace face up there, and put the whole deck on top. Now you may have seen this sort of thing before, but what makes this really good is at this point you can say, look, there's 2 cards. There's 2 aces face up in the middle of the deck. Now when I spread, there will be 2 cards next to each ace. Do you want the cards to the left or to the right. And again, this is your left or your right. What do you want? So if they say right, you'll just spread the deck, and you really will take the cards to their right like this, all right? So boom and boom, take the cards to their right, and of course they're the force cards. Now, that's pretty cool, but look at this. What if they say left? It's the same thing. If they say left, all you do is like, there's two cards to the left and the right of both of those aces. Do you want the cards to the right or to the left? And what if they say right? So you just do this. Oh, I'm sorry. What if they say left? So you just do this, and you really do take the cards to their left. All right. So again, they're the force cards. Obviously, you can see what's happening here. It's just it's just the cards on top of the aces, but it's how you spread the deck that matters. All right. So if they say left, then you spread the deck to the right. If they say right, then you spread the deck to the left. All right. So whatever direction they say, you spread the deck in that opposite direction. All right. So again, if they say left, you spread the deck to the right, your right. All right. So if they say left, you spread the deck to your left. All right. So again, it's just opposite, and it really just gives them one more free choice. And as many free choices that you can give them, it really makes the trick more effective. All right. So. Alright guys, so as always, thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to watch this video. It really does mean the world to me. And if you learned something new and if you got value out of it, please do me a huge favor, hit the like button and hit subscribe because it helps me out more than you might think. Until next time, happy practicing. I love you guys.